Welcome to your temple of perversion, also known as the bodybuilding channel. Today I've got two guys for you who I think have enormous potential and nobody is talking about them. We'll check out an open competitor I mentioned in the Martin Fitzwater video a few days ago, plus a classic competitor I really like. He's a favorite of mine, though the judges don't seem to favor him. Let's start with Brett Wilkin, the Butcher, an American professional open bodybuilder and a close friend of Martin Fitzwater. They're like two peas in a pod. A few days ago, this man did a guest posing, which is an exhibition for those of us who aren't Americans. This means he wasn't competing, okay? He was showing off his muscles to the cheering crowd and just putting on a show, and boy did he deliver. He came out with the biggest version of himself we've seen to date. Very impressive. He was huge, very dense. He also came out with pretty good definition, and that's because he's competing in 5 weeks just a little over a month away. I think he'll do well, since we'll compare him to his previous physique as he hasn't competed since 2025. He won the Legends Sportfest last year and qualified for the Olympia, so we're talking about an open competitor who has won competitions, not just anyone. But do you know what happened at the Olympia? He came in last. It's like, okay, I'm last, but I'm the last among the best in the world. And I don't know what happened to him because at the Legends Sportfest he looked amazing. I mean, he came in with good size, not massive, but he was very defined, separated, cool, good. And at the Olympia, he came in small with less size, he looked flat, less defined, less hard, and he was shaking non-stop like jelly. Maybe he had some kind of electrolyte problem or an issue with diuresis, but he definitely wasn't in shape. It wasn't a good showing. I don't know what happened, but it was a disaster. However, at the Legion Legends a few months ago, he looked great, and since the Olympia he's worked hard and improved after his setback. They say Instagram doesn't matter and you need to see them on stage. Until he competes, the closest is the guest posing, where I noticed his legs have really improved. What tree trunks! I've also seen his chest looking pretty full, his back dense, and his arms very muscular. In fact, I have to say that his triceps pose looks wild to me. I don't think it's exactly a pose that current bodybuilders stand out in, and Brett's seems crazy to me, as Tyler would say. Overall, what he has been posting is quite promising. He looks complete, with no muscle group lagging behind. He's not perfect, of course not, but honestly I think Brett Wilkin is going to do very well. I see him as very muscular, big, hard, and with quality. Compared to when he was at Legend Sports, he's almost doubled in size. It's like he ate Brett. They hurt him at the Olympia, but he's working hard and coming back for revenge. We'll see how he does in 5 weeks when he competes. I'm looking forward to seeing the Butcher. Now let's go with Laszlo a Hungarian IFBB Pro Classic Physique competitor. This gentleman placed 15th at the 2023 Olympia, and from that position on, everyone else is 16th. They don't get scored, okay? He finished about the same as the other last places in the top rankings. And the judges just don't like him, and I don't understand why. At the Colosseum Pro in Italy this past 2025 he finished 7th, but he finished 7th against people I think he should have beaten. I found it outrageous. Anyway, I have to say that at that Colosseum he came in looking a bit small, like he dried out too much, he was depleted. I don't know if it was to make weight or for what reason. Because at the Texas Pro in 2024, 2 years ago now, he looked spectacular. He came in much bigger. Damn. The amount of research I had to do for this video. In that Texas Pro, he seemed to me like the definition of what classic physique should be. A very narrow waist, a huge rib cage, broad shoulders, with big muscular arms, not like some people's arms. The legs might not be as exaggerated as those of other classic competitors, but they also had an incredible quad pump, with that little bump on the outer quad that judges love so much. Unless they're Laszlo's quads, of course, then they don't like them. Maybe he's a bit weaker from the back, but overall I think he has great aesthetics, proportions and structure. I don't get why no one appreciates Laszlo. He hadn't done a physique update in 6 months in the cave, confined, training, eating, doing the hard work and evolving. And it's just that he's come back a bit like what happened to Brett Wilkin, right? That he's completely surpassed the old Laszlo. I don't know how real these updates are because the Instagram effect is very powerful, but if he really looks like that, oh my god. If this is real, what an incredible transformation he's had. But it's everything, arms, shoulders, chest, lats, it's crazy. I think physiques like this one, even a bit like Wesley Beezer's or Logan Franklin's, to me, are what the classic physique category should be. Honestly, in some poses he resembles Logan Franklin. I know that in classic physique right now what matters most is the X shape, having lats like a flying squirrel, legs bigger than hams, and it doesn't matter if your arms are skinny, but I prefer a look like Laszlo's. I think he has improved a lot, and if he keeps it up, my god, he should already be winning competitions and placing high at the Olympia. I don't know what's going on with Laszlo. I love this bodybuilder, he's one of my favorites in classic. He has a lot of potential for the future, but what's the issue? The thing is, he's already 41 years old. He's getting close to those critical ages, the last years of a bodybuilder. Breon has been at the top of the classic world until he was 46. Breon Ansley is a vampire, really. He's that guy. It's like he doesn't age. He's not eternal. And now he's moved to 212. Well, if Breon has been competing and fighting at the top in classic until he was 46, maybe Laszlo still has time to do it too. It might not be too late for him yet, and I hope it's not. By the way, he's 9 weeks out, which is about 2 months until he competes. So, not much time left. We're going to be able to see Brett Laszlo on stage with other bodybuilders, see if they've improved enough and if they're capable of winning and going to the Olympia. 2 bodybuilders really catch my attention right now, and I like them a lot, but I don't think people are talking about them. Let's end here. This is Aries YT Bodybuilding signing off. See you next time.